Hello vinyl freaks, it's the Danish record hunter here, and this video I looked forward to talk about because it's about singles, and I haven't been doing a lot of those. So I'm gonna be talking about 3 bands in this video, and all of them released 2 singles only. And one of the groups went on to form one of the biggest bands we had in Denmark. But yeah, let us start out with the first group I'm gonna be talking about, and it's Blow Up. So Blow Up is like this kind of beat band, and it's from 1969. They sounded a little outdated for 1969, I must say, but it's actually a fine little single. And when it's Danish, like, there's not a lot of bands doing this kind of stuff back in the day. So to find a Danish single from 1969 sounding like this, there's not like a ton of them compared to like the UK, USA. So yeah, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say outstanding or anything like that, but I enjoy it, especially the B-side. There's some pretty good guitar on, but yeah, they sound a little outdated, like a beat band, beat orchestra, like from the mid-60s. That's the kind of sound they had for 1969. So yeah, let's take a listen to it.
Why did you ask me when you know I love and love? And why did we go on for so long when it always wrong? And why did you leave me? Am I not as good as her? Why I need you to stay?
And Blow Up, they released a second 7-inch in 1970, and I actually like this one a little bit more. Like the A-side, Show Me, it's pretty good. There's some kind of psych-tinged guitar on it. It's still kind of sounding like a beat in a way. But like, what is really cool, I think, it's the B-side, Run Ronnie Run. This one, it's kicked off with no intense drum beat, and you really think, now this is gonna be heavy. But then the chorus begins, and man, that chorus, it sounds like so dorky to my ears. So the first time I listened to this song, I was just like, that's a bit disappointing. I had hoped for something more. Look at the band. I thought this could be a heavy rock single, but actually there is like some heavy moments in this song, because after they sing the chorus like run, Ronnie, run, they go into like this heavier beat. It's like a da 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 da, and no, it could have been heavier production-wise and something like that, but I like this song. You know, it really grew on me. So let's have a listen to it.
Don't let her see your face, don't let her feel your breeze. Run, 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 run away. Run, 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 run away. I wanna hold her hand, why can't you understand? She's a little pretty girl, you will never wrong. Her eyes shine like a burning star. She's a little pretty girl, you will make her wrong. I won't make her try, though she told me a lie. She's a little pretty girl and you will make her wrong. I can't do her wrong, though I tried and tried. She's a little pretty girl and you will make her wrong. Her hair soft like morning star.
Then the next band I'm gonna be talking about is Passport. And they released this 7-inch in 1973. like Passport was the band before Shubidua. Shubidua became like one of the biggest Danish bands. You know, you would say like the same thing with Slate and Sweet from England. It would be the same with Gasoline and Shubidua. You know, there was a little bit of a fight between the two bands about the popularity and everything. And I never became a Shubidua fan. I adore Gasoline, but Shubidua I never got into. So what's interesting is I think I like Passport a little bit more. They only released 2 7-inches, and this is the first from 1973. This one, it's okay, you know. The A side, it has some good moments on it. Like the A side, Tomorrow it's called. It's a short song, has a guitar solo in there, kind of reverb drenched, and you know, it's just a fun single to have. Because this is before Shubidua, so it's a little bit more rare. I think actually for Shubidua fans, this is like the stuff that is hard to get your hands on. It's more rare, and yeah, let's have a listen to Tomorrow. And then we have the second 7-inch release by Passport. And this one I like a lot more. The A side is pretty cool. It's a cover song by Steely Dan called Change of the Guard. And I really like this, you know. It's a cool song. It has like, it's heavier. It's not complete heavy rock, I would say, but there's some hard stuff on it, and there's like a very awesome punchy solo break. So this one, it's a bit rare, you know. It's actually quite pricey, this 7-inch. I got it pretty cheap, but it's very cool, especially the A side. It's funny with the 2 Passport singles that it's actually the A sides here which are the good tracks. And the B-sides on both of them, they are more like it's ballads, you know. I had hoped for a little bit more, but the A-side on this one, it's cool. So let's have a listen to it. And last but not least, we have Coaltrain, and this is from 1973. It's the first single, of course, and you know, when I first, you know, found out about the band Coaltrain, I can't remember where exactly, but I was researching some Danish rock releases, and I happened to find Coaltrain, and I also remember I read a review in an old music paper from the 70s that I found. I can't remember, it was a flea market or something. I took a little look in it, and it said in there that it was kind of like a stomp rock, like stomping rock, in Danish stampe rock. So I thought, oh, is this gonna be like kind of boogie rock? That's what I thought. So I finally got the first two Coaltrain, only two Coaltrain 7 inches in this first one. So, and having a look at the band, it could go in many directions. I actually thought, okay, this is gonna be heavy, but this is actually more poppy. It's like on the border between beat music from the 60s and bubblegum glam. It's like that. I actually like both songs on the 7-inch. The A side is Looking and Searching, and this one, it's very poppy and it's just pure bubblegum, and it has also like this kind of fuzz guitar in it, and I love that. I love the sound of it. So it's more like a bit quirky in a way, and also the vocals on it is this quirky bubblegum vocals, and of course like the B side, it's a bit more progressive in its nature than, for example, the A side. But yeah, and also it has like some organ work and all that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's have a listen to the A side, Looking and Searching.
She's a girl of 17, she's a lovely little one, the prettiest girl that I ever seen. Look around now, she's gone. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm looking and searching, I'm trying to find my girl.
And then we have the second 7-inch by Coaltrain, and I know that people that tend to like this a little bit more, and it's mostly because of actually, is it? I think it's the B-side actually. It's the B-side, Back to Rock and Roll. Yeah, I couldn't remember for some reason what side it was on, but it's actually a B-side. So it's a cool B-sides, and B-sides are usually known for being the heavier stuff. And on this 7-inch, the B-side, Back to Rock and Roll, is actually not exactly heavy as such. There's some heavy moments on it, but it's the cool track here. So looking at the band, they kind of had more of this glam and teeny bubble look, but listening to the B-side, Back to Rock and Roll, like just seeing the title, I was thinking, this is gonna be like boogie rock, it's gonna be some okay, rock and roll song, but this is actually more psychedelic in a way. The guitar on it is pretty psych-tinged, so it went in a complete opposite direction of what I thought it would be. It's just a very cool song. I actually happened to see the band live recently. Nowadays they only play like small shows in clubs for the people who maybe knows them from the past when they played when they were young, and they happen also to like Back to Rock and Roll the most of all the songs that was released by the band. They said this single is the better one, and because of the B-side, Back to Rock and Roll. So let's have a listen to it.
All the stars you know